Back to a brand new video. Today we're talking about getting that little bit of extra power and hit with those irons. And in matter of fact, you could use this with driver as well. I know you get on holes like the 7th here at Mottram Hall. I mean, look how long this looks. It's a long par 3. This is where we need to be as efficient and as good on our strike as possible. So we're going to be talking today through this right arm. How do we bring that power through and release? We've all been looking for it, we've all been searching for it. You need this drill. Okay, so let's get a yardage. We're going to put slope on this today. So it's playing 196, 4 up, 200 yards to the actual flag. I'm going with, see what, I had 5 iron out, but I'm absolutely dreaming. Absolutely dreaming. We're going to have to go, I think, 3 iron here. So, like I mentioned, this is the point in our game where we've got to be really accurate. We've got to be really on our strike. So what I want to do here is talk about how we get this release down towards target. Okay, so we're going to do it with the ball to begin with, and if you're watching this right now, follow along, and if you're watching this, save it for later if you think this is going to be valuable for you. I want you to really just think about this. I'm going to throw 2 balls away here. If I wanted to throw this ball a long way, I wouldn't throw it like this, would I? The ball's gone past me, I can't control where that's going. I'd have an element of this moving. I have a little bit of speed, some extension of that right arm, and that palm working over. I'd really start to release it. It's funny, if you also think about it this way, if I was going to just throw this to you now, I wouldn't think about what my body's doing, it would just react and move. So that's another thing here. We've got to really be on this, and I want you to actually, if you're at the range, throw some balls. Don't care if anybody's looking at you weird. If you get that feeling of extending and throwing that ball through, and it gives you a great feeling down at the ball, that is all that matters. Okay, so now go ahead and throw one and really feel that you get extended through. So really rotate, extend through. Look at the speed and look at the distance I threw that compared to this. This is not active in the body. This is really, really active in the body. Okay, so let's progress this to the next stage. And if you've got a tennis ball, now's your time to get it out. Now is your time to get it out. If you come to the face-on perspective here and follow me along with this, this is sort of a progression from that throwing action and that feeling of, actually, if I focus on wanting to put this in, I'm going to create so much more speed. Okay, so let's just take this a step ahead. If I go on the way through, this is sort of the position we're looking for, isn't it? Nice extended, long right arm, not this. We hate this. We don't want this. We want this. Okay, so think about this. If I ask you to address the golf ball, go into an impact position, and go through to that follow-through position, we would be able to, if we wanted to push this ball as far away as possible, this is the motion we would have to create. This wouldn't push the ball that far. This really would. So we've thrown 2 balls away. You might feel like you're wasting golf balls right now. You're honestly not. Get your tennis ball or get another golf ball out, push it as far away as possible, then fold it. So for me to push that ball as far away as possible, I'm rotating, I'm pushing, I'm extending, and everything has to work in a sequence. So coming and putting yourself now, you've done a practice session, you're feeling really good about your game. Let's take this to what actually happens out on the golf course. Let's now hit this one away. Put ourselves in this situation. I really honestly don't think there's enough of this on YouTube, and I'm part of this. How do I take it to the golf course? End of the day, this is where it matters, right? This is honestly where it matters, and hit that thumbs up button if you totally agree with me on that. I've been guilty of it, doing too much of this position, that position, this position, that position. Get into why it actually works on the golf course. Come on, let's get into it. So I'm going to tell you exactly what I tell every single person that comes to me for a lesson, and we've spoken about wanting to really get these hands ahead, wanting to really create some more power, create some more speed. I want you to do this. Club head behind your right foot, drag extend through. One practice swing, getting this feel of extending in posture. The second one, move it through, hold it, pose it. Finally, now I'm into the shot. So this is the point at which you've got to be in on this yourself. You've got to be buying into the theory your coach is talking you through. So if I'm thinking, right, okay, one thought, long right arm, keep giving myself that feeling. And I think for a lot of golfers, if we have the idea of long right arm and draw, so sort of this motion, we're going to be in a far better place. No matter if it doesn't draw or does draw, I think most of us will probably hit a straight away ball flight with this. So long right arm and draw, keep reminding myself of that feeling, walk into the shot. We're now in a situation where we can pull that trigger and start to trust these long irons. And hope we get it good enough. Travel ball. Whoa. We would be absolutely over the moon with that. I just want to explain this a little bit further. I'm going to have to get on our knees here. So just go down here on our knees. Let's think about it this way. Okay, so this is my golf ball right here, okay? If we're thinking about this arm extending and working through, this club can now work into the turf and lower for longer. Still working up and around on its arc, but lower for longer. If this arm is bending, what we see is we add loft. We don't see an increase in distance in those longer irons. We're picking it up off the turf. And these things become fat and thin shots all day long. We don't want to be in that space. We want to be able to control that strike. So if you watch at the ground now, watch this. Extending through, that feeling of extending and releasing, that push, that sort of hockey motion is a great way for us to build this aggressive looking arm in the follow through. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did enjoy this video, don't forget, it really helps me, smash that big red subscribe button. See you tomorrow.